Hi, friend. Welcome to Notable Figures. This is a space that seeks to shine light on African pioneers whose lives aren't covered as their international counterparts. Blessed with a voice that could conjure up spirits and calm storms through dance, Busi Mhlongo was one of a kind. She was born on the 28th of October 1947 in Inanda, KwaZulu-Natal. She is one of the chosen in the many that are called. Music was a journey carved for her to extents where it uprooted her from her personal life and compelled her to work even when in pain. She married Eli Mabuza, one of the best drummers in South Africa, and they had a daughter together. Heeding to her calling, she left South Africa for Lisbon, Portugal, seeing her husband for the last time in her life. It was when she was trying to settle into her new life as Vicky Mhlongo, a performer with a massive hit in Africa, that news of her husband's passing reached her. Unfortunately, Busi Mhlongo was one of those who were chosen to be baptized by fire. The gruesome apartheid restrictions did not allow her to return to South Africa to bury her husband and even raise her daughter. The mom Busi we know today was a Vicky Mhlongo who sang in English until bands from Angola graced the stages in their language, and it was then that it dawned upon her that her African roots were a source of pride. She graced international stages. The first time cancer invaded her body, the fight she put up was enough for it to evade. It went into remission. In 1979, she made her first secret return to South Africa with Letambulu for a local concert season. However, the concert was shut down after security police hounded it. Busi stayed in Holland for a decade in the late 1970s and 1980s, where she worked with groups like Osibisa. She moved to Amsterdam and 4 years later slipped back into the country again to see her family. In the late 1980s, Busi Mhlongo yearned to live with her ailing mother and returned to Durban. She dropped the Vicky Mhlongo persona and started building her career as Busi Mhlongo. Due to the second-class treatment under apartheid, she was given Eli Mabuza's date of birth in her official documents. She decided to use it as another excuse to celebrate her birthday twice. Back in Durban, she met with fellow musicians to form Twasa at number 12 Grace Avenue in Westville. In 1991, she used her Holland connections and they toured Europe as Busi Mhlongo and Twasa. The album Babemu was recorded by Munich Records at the end of the tour in just 3 days. Despite the quality of the work, none of the major labels in South Africa had interest in distributing Babemu locally. Despite struggling to secure major performances, the group survived and toured Europe again in 1993. They appeared at the prestigious Ronnie Scott's in London and had a noteworthy performance at the Chad Women's Festival. Damon Forbes, owner of the fledgling record label Sheer Sound, picked up Babemu and distributed it after rave reviews. In 1994, the year of South Africa's first democratic election, many artists returned from exile. Hugh Masekela invited Busi Mhlongo to perform at his homecoming tours. She later thanked Hugh Masekela for his help, particularly with her personal struggles. In 1996, another small independent label known as MELT 2000 signed Busi Mhlongo, which resulted in the birth of Eben Zulu, produced by Will Mowat. The album held the #1 spot on Stan's World Music charts for nearly 3 months. However, MELT 2000 ran out of funds to distribute the album to major markets such as North America and Japan. Like Babemu, the album did not get high-quality videos. In 2000, she signed to Chisa and released Freedom. In 2001, tragedy struck when her mother passed away. In 2001, she won 3 awards at the FNB South African Music Awards for Best Female Artist, Best Adult Contemporary, and Best African Pop Album. The failure of the music industry to sign Busi Mhlongo subjected her to a life of endless touring. In 2005, while working in Holland, she started feeling unwell. It all started with sore shoulders. The doctor said it was all due to stress. In 2006, she returned to South Africa and gathered the courage to consult a doctor. That's when she learned that the cancer had returned. When she felt a lump in her breast, it was removed, but then there were other lumps. She had a mastectomy and then chemotherapy. Despite this, she continued her punishing touring schedule. In 2007, the SABC organized a benefit concert for Busi Mhlongo called the Vukasizwe Benefit Concert. Artists like Thandiswa Mazwai and Simphiwe Tana hit the stage to show love and respect to Busi Mhlongo. She was in attendance. In 2008, she worked on her last album, Amakholwa. Around this time, the cancer had spread. Bongeni Ngema arranged for her to receive a province-sponsored treatment program. Her friends and colleagues Sibongile Khumalo and Sylvia Mtunyelwa organized a concert called Sisters Healing Our Souls for Busi Mhlongo's medical bills. Busi Mhlongo passed on at the age of 62 at Inkosi Albert Luthuli Central Hospital on the 15th of June 2010. She was survived by her daughter and 3 grandchildren. When asked about why she spent most of the time outside the country, she said, "This country doesn't value you until you are dead. We are not honored for the contributions we have made. We as artists are treated badly." She complained about the bad accommodation, changing rooms and bathrooms in local performing venues, saying that artists are treated like royalty in the US. Busi Mhlongo's music is a fusion of maskandi, mpaqanga, and jazz. She was described as a punk diva who did not believe in the rigidity of culture. She believed that music had no borders and that it transcends culture and language. Despite producing stellar works of art, Busi Mhlongo was stuck with small independent labels throughout her career, which made it impossible for her to reap financial rewards. Live performances were her primary source of income, and when the cancer spread, she was unable to perform. May the spirit of Busi Mhlongo rest in peace. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, friend, please take care of yourself.